Hello guys, and welcome back to another Cooking with Bubs. Today we're going to do something a little different, and I never thought I'd do this, probably ever, but I'm going to be making a vegetable curry. I know, I'm a meat lover at heart, but I just thought I'd try. I have to give it a try. You know, why not? Why not? Let's try something different. Let's something, you know, a lot of my videos will be meat products or meat recipes. Very heavy in the meat recipes, but I figured, you know what, I gotta throw in a few vegetable options for the vegetarians out there. So why not start with a vegetable curry? So today's gonna be quite simple. We're going to be using a bit of oil, 100 grams of peas, 1 tin of chopped tomatoes, medium curry powder. Oh, helps if I show you the label. Salt and pepper as always. Some cumin. Nope, cumin. 2 medium potatoes, or 4 to 5 small potatoes, diced to about 2 centimeters. We're going to be using 2 carrots, peeled and cut, as well as 1 large onion. Ignore the steak there, that's for dinner. And 300 milliliters of vegetable stock. We're going to do first, put in the potatoes into our preheated pot without burning myself, but I'm doing a pretty good job so far. Yeah, the reason I'm not using a tripod is, to be absolutely honest, today has been quite a long day and I didn't want to really be faffing with a tripod. I know, it lowers the quality of the video. I do apologise, but you know, you guys are forgiving. You guys can be forgiving. I can be forgiving to myself. I'm just going to take it easy. I'm not going to stress too much. So, as I was saying, our potatoes are now in. We're now going to throw in our carrots. Right, cool. So we've added that. So we're now going to cook this just until it starts to soften a bit, about 8 minutes on a medium to high heat. So I'm going to carry on doing that. Once that's done, we'll move on to the next step. Right guys, this has been boiling away for about 8 to 10 minutes. I think it's close to 10 minutes now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take it off the heat. We're going to place on our pan with about 3 tablespoons of oil. So we're going to keep that to one side for now. So we're going to heat that up. Then we're going to throw in our onions. What I've just done is I've drained the water out of that into a colander, and I'm just going to leave that there for a second. Our oil is now piping hot. Oh, there's a bit of onion there. It's working. I'll lower that down a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stir that just for a little bit before we move on to the next step. So I'm going to cook these for about 8 minutes until they're well softened. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll be right back. So while I'm waiting for the onions to cook, which shouldn't take too much longer, I thought I'd say, if any of you guys like ciders, Meon Valley cider, it's actually pretty damn good. I like my sweet ciders, and I have to admit, it's actually pretty nice. So if any of you are cider fans and haven't tried this, if you see it, give it a try. Won't be disappointed. So our onions are now softened. What we're going to do now, we're going to throw on 1 tablespoon of medium curry powder. Put this in, and we're going to cook it for about 30 seconds. You can use hot, and I would have preferred to have used hot, but I completely run out. So we've had to use medium. So I'm just going to sprinkle that on, give that a quick mix, leave that for 30 seconds, or continuing to move that around for about 30 seconds, and then we'll be back for the next step. So I was just popping the cap on the I don't know, the opener thingy on the tin of tomatoes, and it broke off. Bugger. Right, so I've gone and opened that the old-fashioned way. So I just had to take it off the heat for a second. So we're going to throw in 400 grams of chopped tomatoes into our curry mix. Oh, and we certainly don't want the lid to be thrown in there. So I'm just going to give that a quick mix. Oh, crank that up to 8. Right, so that's been going for about 2 minutes now. Give it one last little mix. Delicious. So right, we're going to pour in our 300 milliliters of vegetable stock. You can use chicken stock if you want to, but since we're doing this as a vegetarian thing, I'm just going to, oh, bit of a splash there. I'm just going to stick with anything and everything vegetable. I'm going to do is give it a quick mix, and then I'm going to increase the temperature because I want to get that to a simmer, and then I'm going to add the peas, about 100 grams of peas, and then our potatoes and carrots. You can add more vegetables to this if you want. Yeah, I'm going to bring it up to a simmer, throw in our vegetables, and then we'll be right back. Well, I'm going to be happy with that. I do like my peas, so I'm not too worried if it's more or less. It's probably more, to be honest, but hey ho. And then we're going to add in our carrots and potato. There's always one that's stuck. There you go. And now, I'm just going to give that a mix. So obviously we want everything to blend together very nicely. Oh, I have to point the right way. Perfect. And that is it. I'm going to bring this back up to a simmer. I'm going to leave it to simmer for 5 minutes, and then we should have our finished product. At that point, give it a taste test. Add more curry powder if you want to. Add salt and pepper. One thing I did forget to add was cumin. I'm not going to add too much of that because I find cumin can be quite strong. So I'm just going to give that a mix. Again, always go in with minimal herbs and then build on it. Cause like I said in I think my last video, you can always add more spice. You can never subtract it. So start off small, give it a taste test, add more and more to it until you get it how you like it. Alright guys, I just gave this a taste test and it is spot on in terms of the medium curry powder. You can get a hint of cumin without it being overwhelming. I did add a couple of turns on the pepper and salt grinder just to get that peppery and salty goodness, and it's actually tasting pretty fantastic. And that's pretty much done. I'm not going to show you a dishing up because everyone knows what a curry looks like, and this is actually being made for lunches tomorrow, and the steak is for dinner tonight with homemade wedges that Candy did. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. So I'm just gonna turn this around. I'm just gonna go ahead and end it right there. But in terms of what I wanted to actually point out, and this is not so much of a cooking tip or advice, maybe a recommendation, I don't know. But what I tend to do is, and I know a lot of people use regular salt, like table salt. Me personally, I don't. I would personally recommend having rock salt. Yes, I know, some of you are like, well, what's the difference, salt? But me personally, I can taste the difference. I only use, we do have table salt to hand. We actually use, I think we picked it up from TK Maxx or HomeSense, I think it's HomeSense. It's Himalayan crystal salt. We use this on every meat in every dish. If it's not being used to salt the water, this is what we use, and I highly recommend it because it's absolutely fantastic, especially if you're using it on beef. If you're cooking steaks or anything like that and you want to rub that salt into the steak, rock salts or Himalayan salts are the best salt you could use. Don't use table salt. Just my recommendation. You guys probably think, oh, you know, it works for me, I'm not going to change it, which is fine. But that's just me. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish this curry. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, as always, please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. That's pretty much about it. So I'm going to go ahead and just carry on, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. It is Tuesday, the 8th of October. 1 month before my stag do. Anyway, I'm gonna go drink my cider, cook this steak, eat the steak, and then just sit in my man chair, my throne, and my couch, my special place, and just enjoy the evening. Yeah, that's my evening. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next video. The next video, I should point out, is going to be Roman style spaghetti. It is one of my personal favourite dishes. It's one of the first dishes I ever made, actually. I made it with my aunt many moons ago, pre-candy. It's always been my favourite dish. It's always been a dish I've always been good at. I've always received positive feedback on, and I'm going to share that with you guys. So, yes, I'll catch you in the next video for some spaghetti Roman style. Catch you later. Bye.